We are live.
All right, welcome our new rec board member,
Thank you.
KK.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. Mr. Coombs is not here.
That's an announcement I would make, that Dr. Kuntz is now our liaison for our city commission. I want to thank Dave for his years of service with our rec board, and looking forward to having Dr. Kuntz on board. And Dave said he's always a phone call away. So-
We wore him out. He talks so much.
Okay. Barb, you want to take roll call?
All right, Tom?
Yep.
Sherry?
Yep.
Beth? Bernie? Excuse, Barb here. Dave?
No longer.
No longer
Okay. Jason?
Here.
Linda?
here.
Chris?
Here.
Larry? Sean?
Sean's excused.
That's right. Annette?
Here.
And Tandra's excused.
And then
KK?
And KK.
here.
I had her down on here.
That's all right.
All right, looking over December minutes. Any corrections, deletions? If not, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
First by Beth,
I'll second.
second by Barb, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Okay. Jason,
Jeez.
Starting off,
or sorry, Annette.
yeah, with Annette, sorry, with Mills Creek
Our
Golf Course.
guest.
Oh, our guests.
Sorry.
I see Matt back there. Hey. And is it Danielle? Welcome.
Okay.
Okay, Annette?
I have for you two reports, the final reports from 2023 from the golf course. So our final revenue was $281,165.75. It was a difference of a little over $20,000 from the revenue from last year. We're trying to settle up a few outstanding invoices from 2023, and then I'll have a total as to where we stand with our, how we did last year at the golf course. One thing to note is remember, in August, our revenue is down. We had the flooding, so we lost 6 days there of revenue. And then my final report is our rounds counts and all of the breakdown of what we had. So last year's total rounds were 16,750. And the rent, I've already sold for 2024 season, 47 passes. We typically sell about 100 season passes a year.
Anything else for Annette?
And that's that. I will let you know the trees have been removed. Hinman removed those since our last meeting. We had 4 trees removed. 3 of them were near the parking lot as you're going down towards the barn, and then we had the large honey locust right by the practice green that was removed. They all were rotten on the inside, so it was actually very good that we had them removed. Hoping that will help with our issue on the practice green. You know, obviously those trees take a lot of our water from there, so hopefully we'll be able to get those greens back in place. Number 2, where we had some vandalism on number 2's green, that is actually coming, that looks like it's going to recover. So Mike Pizarski, who does our spraying, assures me that it'll be okay. We did just get him approved for an additional 2-year contract for spraying for our chemicals out there as well. Questions?
Anything on the bridge yet?
The bridge, we actually we have a meeting with Bree, and Josh Schneider is now our appointee from the city. The engineer will be meeting. He has forwarded to myself and Jason some manufactured prefab bridges to look at, so we're looking at that. So we will be meeting with Bree. Bree has secured the funds for the H2O to start the restoration on the creek. It anticipated to go through 2025 to do the complete restoration of the creek bed.
Okay. Anything else on the golf course?
No, there's people using it.
Yeah,
even
they're,
with, probably not today, but this.
well, actually, there was somebody out there today golfing.
I just want to let you know.
I heard yesterday there was somebody out there in shorts.
I played December 23rd, I played Christmas Eve, and I played Christmas Day.
There you go.
But in 26, I played at a different course, but I played.
Getting every last nickel out of that membership.
Yeah, that's right. So. Winter program, that can be you, Jason?
Yeah. So our winter programming is as a go right now. Monday, we had our first day of out of school for January. And about 70 participants signed up, with about 40 to 50 participants showing up each day. We had winter break camp that I didn't put that on the list, but winter break camp just ended, and I don't know if we thanked the 4 local restaurants that provided lunches at our previous meeting, but if we didn't, we're going to thank them again. Berardi's, Domino's Pizza, Chick-fil-A, and Pizza House East provided lunches for the 4 days of the camp, and we're happy that they're able to do that for us during those camps. Commit to Fit with Bridget started last night. She had 8 participants. That's a program we do on Tuesday nights basically it's like an 8-week program. It's good to see that program's growing from the first iteration we had. Somebody even had their kid there with them while they were working out. So we're happy that Bridget Swain's doing that program with us over there. And then also working with Open Way. They're getting into their winter programming with the space that they have at Mills, and then we also started up Greenhouse Yoga last Wednesday, and I think we had, you were there, 30 people show up for Greenhouse Yoga, which makes it pretty packed in there for yoga, but it's always been a popular program that we've had each year. Any questions on the winter programming?
Nope.
The Civista Bank Ice Rink is open through this Sunday, weather permitting. We kept it open a couple of years ago till about this time. I think last year we had some bonus weekends, so we're not sure if this will be the last weekend, or if we get better weather, we might be able to open it back up. But Monday, it looks like 0 degrees with the wind chill and everything, so we'll be closed on Monday. But we are looking, we are gonna get the Whiteman Weber Park ice rink. We're gonna get water in that to take advantage of those cold temperatures, to see if we can get that frozen by midweek next week. We'll see how long that takes, but it's supposed to get cold, polar vortex type stuff, I guess. But so Civista's open till Sunday, and hopefully some other weekends later on in the winter, but that's the update I have for that.
All right. Anything else on our old business? All right, let's go new business, 2024 events.
I think it's crazy that we're already talking about Easter egg hunt, but we're putting our special events calendar together, and want to give one more quick shout out for the Whiteman Weber dinner dance that's happening on January 20th. There's tickets available still. They could probably see 3 to 4 people at this table to get tickets if they wanted to that event. It's a great fundraiser for the Kids Fest and Safety Fair. Also coming up is our Easter egg hunt. That will be the last weekend in March. I think it's March 30th. Easter's a little earlier this year, and first weekend in April, so, Easter's the 31st maybe, but we always do it the Saturday before Easter, so.
Yeah.
Looking to have that event and get connected with Rotary again. That's been a pretty popular, again, the quickest 5 minutes of egg cleanup you'll ever see in a downtown area. 2,000 eggs are out, and then they're gone. And then just after that, if anybody hasn't heard, I don't know how you haven't, but the total eclipse we are right in the path of the total eclipse for this year. We are working on the planning for that right now as well, which right now it looks like a Wednesday, April 3rd educational program that we're working with Nick Anderson. He's the senior astronomer for the Cleveland Museum of Natural History, and he is going to come home for that day and do a program over at, we're working with Cedar Point Sports Center to host that because we're looking at probably a lot of people that want to have information as the eclipse happens. That would be the Wednesday before the eclipse. The Thursday, there's a group, the Sandusky Bay Jeepers are going to host a takeover of the pier, basically a Jeep clips of the pier, where you'll just see a whole bunch of Jeeps, like a Jeep Fest type thing on that Thursday. And then as we get into Friday the 5th, we'll have a movie, Twilight Eclipse. I'm sure everyone in here has watched the movie Twilight Eclipse. Maybe not. But then in Saturday and Sunday, we have a music fest that will be happening. And Monday also is the actual day of the eclipse. So we're going to have music Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We'll have a showing of Little Shop of Horrors, the movie as well, as part of the event. If anybody knows, there's a connection to an eclipse in that movie as well. And then the eclipse happens on Monday, April 8th at approximately 3:12.
Something like that.
It's a whole bunch to do about a 3-minute eclipse, but
Maybe you'll disappear.
it'll be interesting. So yeah, it won't happen again until 2099. 2099 would be the next year that we have a totality of eclipse that way. So making a big deal about it. Shores and Islands eclipse.com is the website for more information for all things eclipse in this local area. So we're really looking forward to having that in early April. And we are putting our special events calendar together, our 2024 special events calendar together, which is everything and anything that's happening throughout the city for the year. We're hoping to have that out before the eclipse this year.
Okay. Parks and facilities?
Do you have any updates from grounds crew?
Grounds, actually, we will be doing, we're hoping to get the tall grasses at Lions Park cut down again so that we can keep that under control, so we can keep the small trees out. We did that last year under the direction of Bree Homan from Erie Soil and Water. It definitely is something that allowed the areas to come back nicely. And we want to get them hopefully by mid-February, because we are finding out that is a skunk habitat right now. And that's mating season for skunks, so I was told. So we want to try to cut that so they don't have any place to hide to
So all I get pictures Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew as we're doing this. So I will let you know, we did do some upgrades to some of the ball fields we have done some like removal. There was a tree in Kiwanis Park in the outfield. We got that removed. We're looking at some of those things, doing that. I am currently meeting with all the priority use agreements. I have 2 more to meet with, just to go over what's going on, so we're all on the same page. So we did pick up a softball tournament at Dorn for the first weekend in June. So that will be coming as well. And so like I said, we're just trying to place some schedules together of, some park upgrades.
Speaking of Dorn, we're going to get the concession area cleaned up this off-season and get that ready for
For an
possible,
RFP.
if anybody wants to, we'll have an RFP for concessions out of there for this coming summer. Our facilities crew has painted the bathrooms at Lions Park. They're currently painting the bathrooms at the Jackson Street Pier. So those are closed probably till weekend, till Friday. And those are the ones that are right on Shoreline Drive that are accessible 24/7, or not 24/7, 365 days a year, other than when they're painting them. And the greenhouse is they're going to start getting the lights taken down. I know the tree is down and the lights are down, so that will all start happening. And the next thing you know, it's going to be spring.
Yay.
Yes. All right, anybody else for new business?
Only thing I would also mention is our winter out of school. We could use some homework help if there's volunteers out there that want to help the kids. I've kind of brought that up a couple times. If there's anybody out there that, and don't worry, it's not 5th and 6th grade math. It's like 5 to 8-year-old kids. It's stuff that hopefully we all can still do without studying. But we could use that help. Mary, who volunteers there, first day on Monday, first day of out of school, had like 5 kids show up right away, and she's like, "We need help." So
And that's
if you know
Monday through
anybody,
Thursday.
just got to do a volunteer application and a quick little background check. Sorry. Any other new business from anybody?
Nope. Open discussion. Danielle?
Was there a report, anything new on the rec center? Did I miss that?
No, nothing new, Matt, since our last meeting. So we're still in the process of putting what the next steps are going to be for the process internally, and then hope to have some information, I would say, end of the month.
And when you say we're, who is this? Is there a group is there a steering committee or?
Yeah, so there's a group that worked internally with our consultant, Brad Setter Carroll, and we were working with them and talking about what the next steps are going to be so that we can move forward with building that facility.
So no decisions have been made?
As far as,
I'm hearing that you might hire another design group? Is that-
there is an RFQ going out for the next steps in the process. We have encouraged the company that we used before, Brad Sitter Carroll, to apply, but yes, there's an RFQ going out for the next steps for design and construction of the facility.
So when do you think next steps will be, when will the community know the next step?
So the RFQ, I don't have the timeline in front of me, Matt, so I apologize, but the timeline's going out today as well as we speak, so I can get you that information. But I would say the community would know next steps, where it might be located on the American Crayon site, what all is gonna be involved with it. I would say, realistically, March.
And the levy, the levy money is being collected now?
Yes.
Okay. And is there any use for that money this year? Has that been discussed?
So we're still in the process of talking about the money that'll be collected this year. Now, that's collected twice a year, I believe. I'd have to check with Michelle, our finance director, but I believe it's collected twice a year. And that's strictly for operations of the facility.
Right. And then the construction costs are covered by the Cedar Point tax.
That is correct.
And that's been collected since 2021?
That agreement was 20,
It was 20 years.
I'm not clear if it's 2021 or 20.
I guess the question I had about that was, the original suggestion was $15 million to build the center, if I remember correctly. And it was $750,000 a year from Cedar Point taxes. It's not a gift from Cedar Point, it's a tax.
right, Yes, bed tax.
except we're already 2 years in. So I'm wondering if the city has considered that it could, the cost is likely going to be more than anticipated, but the city's already collected $1.5 million against the amount due on that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So there could be more money, is what I'm saying.
More money, what is, what your question meaning, more money towards the total project?
Yeah,
No, the budget is the 750,000.
but it's always subject to change. It can be subject to change.
I mean, that's an MOU that was established between us and Cedar Point.
Well, but it's a tax, though.
Correct, for 20 years. So the amount is the
tax-
amount.
But the tax is not just for 20 years. The tax doesn't expire in 20 years, or does it?
No, the tax, you're right, the bed tax will continue, but the amount and what was allocated towards the construction of the rec center was for 20 years. Does that make
Right.
sense?
And I guess my question is there a steering committee? Is this board in charge of the rec center development? Is city commission in charge of rec center development? Who is in charge?
So when you say development, are you talking about the design of the building or what is?
Design, services, amenities. So, and then who's gonna run it? You know,
Right.
And then the other question I have is, for taxpayers. Taxpayers approved a levy that generates $675,000 a year. I guess my question is, do you know, and you might not know, will the city maintain the current rec department budget? And this 675 is in addition, and for operating or other expenses related to the rec center. So whatever the city has spent, whatever the city has budgeted for the rec center in the last 3 years, will that remain the same?
Meaning what? Programming and services that are offered? Or,
So the city's had a recreation department budget that is separate from the levy. So what I want to make sure is that the levy that people approved does not diminish the budget of the rec department, that it's not going to be diminished.
yeah.
Is that your
So
understanding?
that levy was approved for the operating of the rec center
Right.
once it's built, yes.
So it's your understanding, or anybody's understanding, that the rec department budget is not going to be reduced? There's no indication that the rec department budget is going to be reduced?
That's my understanding from even the wording in the levy that was passed, that it was for the recreation center operating. And we even had the Grand Center Carroll provide the numbers of what it would cost to operate the rec center, and that's where we came up with the number of that 670, whatever, 675. Now, I'm just going to worried, people have asked us about microphones and not being able to hear what is said, so you have a pretty booming voice, so that you're probably getting picked up on that mic, but just so we make sure we get everything to it.
Okay, I'll speak louder, but I think that's, but the bottom line is, that the thing I really want to know is there a steering committee? Who is making decisions about the rec center? Is it city commission? Is there a steering committee? Is it this committee? Because I don't know.
So the company that we will hire for the design and construction, obviously, they will make a proposal to us, and then we will present that to city commission to move forward with that process. As far as programming and services that are going to be provided out of there, that's going to be through the recreation staff, members here, and then what we obtained in the surveys that we did prior to the levy being, or excuse me, it being proposed on the levy.
So it's,
So I guess what I'm asking is, if this group says, hey, we need to talk about the rec center, who do you go to talk about the rec center?
Jason and I and the staff.
So this is where it's discussed? So this is effectively the steering committee, or for the development of the rec center, it happens here?
well, it's happened throughout the past year with all the stakeholder meetings of going to the high school to talk to the students there. We had a presentation to this board, and questions were brought up and things were discussed. We've had stakeholder meetings throughout.
But now it's a go.
Yeah, now it's past the concept phase, and now we get into,
Decision.
right.
It's decision time. So who's going to make the decisions?
Well,
Commission will make the
Yeah.
decision on
Commission will make the
on the
decision.
design and the build and the moving forward.
Okay. So it's going to be commission? Commission's making the decisions. Okay. All right.
but with input from, as we get to that process, with input from those stakeholder meetings and from even.
Sure. No, absolutely, sure, I understand. And has there been any discussion that you know of partnerships in the community?
Partnership as far as what? Services being offered out of the facility, or?
Has there been any discussion of partnering perhaps with Firelands Regional Medical Center? Or partnering, there's already a partnership with the school district. Has there been any discussion about expanding that partnership in any way? Has there been any discussion of partnerships with other entities in the city? Or a few years ago, there was a discussion with the YMCA. Has there been any discussion with the YMCA? Who is going to be the operator of the facility? And when does this ball get rolling?
Yeah,
Is basically the question. When you say March, I mean, I'm frankly a little disappointed because, you know, the fact that the city was able to come up with a plan and have money for that plan is, you know, amazing. It's a 30-year quest, and they did it. And then the residents did it. And now we're cooling our jets since November.
well, we're not cooling our jets as much as Matt. Once we know what the design and the size of the facility is, that's gonna dictate a lot of what the services can be coming out of that facility. Now, obviously, we'll continue to do grassroots programming. You know, Barb does programming out at the fairgrounds right now with her gymnastics program. We'll continue to do and continue to operate programming out of Mills. So a lot of it's gonna dictate what the size of the facility is gonna be as far as the services that'll come out of there. But to answer the other part of your question, when you were talking about partnerships, yes, we've had some places come to us and ask if we might be interested in doing partnership, but that's all part of after we figure out what we're gonna be able to provide services-wise out of the facility based on the size of the building. Does that make sense?
All right.
That it, Matt?
That's all I have.
Okay. Danielle?
Anybody else?
Danielle?
Microphone's here, but I think Matt's voice pretty much carries, so we're.
Is there any staff here, or is it
Yeah, I'm staff.
staff? Okay, sorry.
Linda, Chris, Annette. Yeah. And then the rec board is Larry, Beth, Sherry, Barb, KK, and Tom.
Come see me.
Gotcha.
Come see me.
Hello to the rec department, hello to staff, and hello to everyone watching this live on YouTube. My name is Danielle Murray. I'm the Executive Director at Lake Erie Film Commission. Lake Erie Film Commission is a 501c nonprofit dedicated to mentoring, promoting, and supporting Erie County, Ohio filmmakers. Lake Erie Film Commission held our first event, Run, Scream, Run, a Halloween-themed 5K in downtown Sandusky on October 29, 2023. I served as a race director on the project and consider the Run Scream Run 5K a success that benefited the city of Sandusky by providing a fun, competitive 5K to local runners, as well as providing an original, entertaining production for local Halloween enthusiasts. Lake Erie Film Commission is planning on making the Run Scream Run 5K an annual event, and we are holding the second annual Run Scream Run 5K on Sunday, October 27th in 2024. Lake Erie Film Commission is applying for the Shores and Islands event grant in order to cover part of the Run Scream Run 5K 2024 event expenses. One of the requirements in order to qualify for the Shores and Islands event grant is letters of support from community partners. If the rec department believes the Run Scream Run 5K benefits the city of Sandusky, I would like to request for individual signatures from the rec board members and/or that the rec department members make a recommendation to city manager John Orzak to sign a letter of support on behalf of the city of Sandusky. Receiving the Shores and Islands event grant would give Lake Erie Film Commission the resources to execute all of Lake Erie Film Commission's 2024 projects, including Lake Erie Film Commission's paid internship opportunity, where we will be awarding 2 interns $2,000 to work side by side with an executive in film and TV, sponsoring the Sandusky Film Festival August 2024, and advocating for a rise in the film tax incentives for filmmakers in Ohio. I believe the more local projects the rec department and the city of Sandusky supports, especially local projects in the so-called off-season, the better. It will cost the city of Sandusky $0 to sign a letter of support, but it's through this type of support that Lake Erie Film Commission is able to sustain, grow, and thrive as a nonprofit, as well as fulfill our mission of supporting a thriving film and TV scene in the city of Sandusky and Erie County.
Jason, what do we?
If there is a letter of support that the city is putting through the city manager's office, that would be something that I'll check if that's something that we're allowed to support as far as signatures but yeah, we were advised that any letters of support do have to come through the city manager's office.
Yes, and I'm willing to be completely compliant. Anything I'm able to do on my end, I'm willing to do that. And if anyone is interested, I have flyers.
We'll definitely have that in our 2024 special events guide. And then we also have, when's your film festival and
The film festival there's not a set date for that.
Okay,
Yeah,
let us know when
but-
that's happening so we can get that out and let people know about it.
Yes, absolutely. Any questions? Any other questions?
You'll run that up the flagpole?
Yep.
Let's get back with us, let us know. Let Danielle know.
Okay.
Good.
Any questions for her?
Oh, thank you so much for asking. Yes, February 1st.
And are you already working with the city manager's office on getting the?
I have not talked to John Orzak as of yet, but I was advised by Quinn Rambo to contact him, and I plan on contacting him potentially tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
I will let the board know via email if there's an opportunity to add a signature.
Okay.
Sounds good. Great.
Any other open discussion?
I got nothing. Motion to adjourn, I guess.
Well, our next meeting is February 14th on Valentine's Day, so you'll have to
Right.
come here before getting your chocolates and flowers, so.
We expect chocolates.
You're